Hi, Grandma. I'm in trouble and I really need some money.
Of course I'll help. But first, what's the family code word?
Code word?
In 2023, Americans lost $9 billion to fraud. Safeguard your family by establishing a family code word, only known to family members, and verify that code word with the caller before taking any action. Sponsored by the Kansas Bankers Association, Office of the State Bank Commissioner, in cooperation with the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
49-37. They drop it low. Reuter, tough fall-away shot. No good. Rebound. Dax Minton gets it. Long pass out. Somehow caught by Premer. He rams it down.
No one was flustered. Everyone knew that was just one half of basketball, and so we knew we'd come out, do our thing in the second half, and we should come out on top. Coach Creed talked at halftime about playing with confidence and believing in yourself. So I came out there. He had faith in me, so I had faith in myself, and just let her fly.
I mean, that's tough. I mean, I think Daxton Mittens made 3 on the year, and he made 3 tonight. And, I even said something to him at the sideline. Is that your 5th 3 of the year? And he said, maybe 3rd.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. Again, I don't know how we won it, but it was a rough game. It was a physical game. Not a lot of stuff called, but we did just, we just made enough plays. It kind of reminded me of the Coffeyville game a little bit on the flip side, where we felt like we kind of gave that away. I'm sure Todd feels like they kind of gave that away.
Shot clock is at 9. Here's Doug with the ball right side. Over the shoulder throw. Hawkins for 3. Yes! Bingo!
I feel like, it shows how resilient we are and how capable we are. Not many people believe in us, but, we show up every day at practice and we believe and we're that fight, here today.
Chad O'Meara will drive. He'll lay it in. The exclamation point. Chad O'Meara the bucket. Baylor leads 81-70. What a win.
Are we teetering on the line of you suck as a head coach?
I think you have to go there at this point. You can't. You just got to own it. You can't run from it. It seems to be the common theme. We've had different players, different quarterbacks, different receivers, the same head coach. So I'm 0-3 against Eli, and I just have to own it.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in. It is the Monday program. Steve Webster with you. Mike Corson is in. And our executive producer of the show, Landon Winkler. On the show today, Graben Tribune sports editor Jim Mizunas will be there, or here. He was there Friday. Probably talk a little Great Bend Panther basketball with him, other things going on in the sports world. Barton Wrestling coach Nathan Brockelman will be in, and Barton women's basketball coach Alan Clark, who I will have to let him know that I turned Cole Reif off.
What did you say? It was 7?
7, yeah, with about 45. It was. I can tell by Cole's voice that it was over. I mean, I'm not throwing Cole under the bus either, but he wasn't giving me a lot of inspiration to listen to the last part of the game.
I'm telling you now, as people who cover basketball, it's going to get worse now. It's always been, do you have an 8-point shot? Then quit fouling. But KU blew the 7-point lead or whatever it was in 9 seconds, and now this.
Well, just wait a second. We'll get to that. You're getting out of the line here. You're getting out of line on the sounds the past 24 hours or so. Weekend sports headlines and the sounds of the weekend, which we will get to right now. The call on B1043 The Point Friday night. Ian Premer split 2 defenders on a pass from who else? Dax Minton. I don't know if he split the defenders or just knocked them down. He went up there for the 2-handed slammer. That put the Panthers up by 14 at the time. They go on to defeat Hayes 64-52.
Okay, I remember he clearly knocked down 2 guys because we were making a joke that it was bowling pins. But I get my plays mixed up.
This was in the second half. This was
Yeah, there was one in the first half, I think, on the other end.
Yeah, two guys went down, yeah.
But I like how if you probably, obviously they watch film on him, they know how aggressive he's going to be. They saw him play football. But the first quarter, 7 points, 5 rebounds, and it's all going over somebody's back. Not foul-wise, just
goes straight up.
Going to beat you to the ball.
He jumps faster than everyone else, too. That makes a difference. Dax Minton talking about the second half that started with an 11-0 run. A Dax Minton 3, a Ben Nicholson 3, another Dax 3. All of a sudden, Great Bend was up by 8. And then they hang on and go on and win it for their 10th straight win. Hayes High coach Sean Dreiling talking on the post-game of the Hayes High Indians, talking about Dax, who had 3 3-pointers going into the game on the season. He had 3 and his third 3 came just right at the start of the fourth quarter, saying, what do you do? Well, you pack it in like that. You're giving open shots. I like that. Because in the first half, they're kind of, even Ben Nicholson turned down some. He missed his first 2. And you got to, well, should I take it or not? Usually, if you have to think about it, you're probably not going to make it. No problem. Dax stepped up each time and drained it. So he doubled his 3-point total. And Great Bend's 13-1 overall. And really, with the way the league is going this year, you can say, okay, Great Bend just clinched at least a share of the Western Athletic Conference title. They can get it outright by winning at Hayes on the final Friday of the regular season. Good stuff. In the girls' game, I told Jim Mazunas he was a non-believer when the Lady Panthers got up 9-2, forcing Hayes to take a timeout. It was fun. It was fun. Great Bend's improving.
The Hayes boys come out of the locker room, and I think by that point it was getting out of hand, and so I said, Great Bend was up 9-2. So then I started doing the math, and I think maybe it was about halftime. I said, ooh, that's 40-6.
It was a 40-6 run. And Hayes leaves with a 65-39 win.
What do we think of one Jenna Schmeidler?
She's okay. She probably could have scored more. She didn't play the whole third quarter, I don't think.
Crazy good crossover, nice 3-point shot, nice vision.
The ball well, yeah, averaging 15 points.
Everything is billed.
And you put that with 2 players who played, Katie Lindenberger and Molly Martin have been starting since they've been freshmen. And then they're just like, we don't even talk about you anymore.
Oh, and I thought Molly Martin was exceptional when she decided to go to the basket. It was a really quick first 2 steps.
Oh, yeah, she
and then the post moves, they have probably, 3-4 different posts. All of them have pretty quick
5'11",
moves.
6 foot tall.
Yeah. We don't know how old they are because Hayes, I don't think, sent that information.
Oh, sure they do.
The program was blank, just names.
Oh, okay.
So I was
well, I couldn't get programs from them either, but I had Dustin Armbruster's stuff. So yeah, they were 5'11", 6 foot, 5'11". Molly Buckles comes in. They've got another one.
How about the inbounds play to end the third quarter to push the score to 30? Do we like that? It's a great inbounds play. Call the timeout to draw up the inbounds play.
Look, if the 30-point rule is in there, it's a 30-point rule.
It was a good time to practice an inbounds play. Full court. She chucked it, too.
Yes. They went the length of the court with 3 passes.
Yeah, 5.8 seconds, I believe it was.
And got down, and it was running clock in the fourth quarter. Okay, Panthers get a full week off before hosting Liberal for homecoming on Friday.
Just to shout out some Great Bend kids, I thought Deshauna Bryant played excellent. They were down. It was obviously over in the second half. Played hard. I don't know if that would be a career high for her, but what was it, 12?
She had 12, yeah. It was a season high.
Season high.
She tied her season high with that. And Alyssa McCauley's starting to shoot the ball better. They have scored points in the last 4 games. They put up 43 or 38 or whatever it was, 39 on Hayes. So it's about the improvement that they've been making. Okay, Alan Clark. So I don't know how we ended up winning the game. 55-48, 45 seconds to go. I had just got home. I was pulling in my driveway, so was I going to sit there in my pickup and listen to the last part? No, I went in. Elena Eck hit a three-pointer. She's going to be on the show today with Alan Clark to talk about it, the Little River native. And then they ended up winning it in overtime. Barton now 7-9 in conference play. They're at 500 for the first time since November at 11-11. You talk about digging a big hole. They weren't even competitive in some of the games the first time. It's a revenge tour. They host Butler coming up on Wednesday. Barton men's game, well, their two-game winning streak in Ark City, screeching halt to that, 95-67. Cougars lose. Barton led only twice. Callie went on a 10-0 run midway through the first half, got him a cushion, then a 20-5 stretch coming out of the halftime locker room. Put the Cougars in a hole they weren't going to come back from. Barton now 11-5 in Jayhawk action, 17-5 overall. They see their four-game winning streak snap. Callie bounces back from that 25-point loss to Dodge City, and they're on top of the conference with Coffeyville. Well, they're a half game ahead of Coffeyville. 19-3 overall. Again, the men and women are home on Wednesday against the Butler Grizzlies. On the women's side of things, Butler lost a close game to Dodge City on Saturday, 72-65, and the Butler men were defeated by Dodge City, who's suddenly on a roll. Dodge won their seconds. They clobbered Callie and then pounded Butler 87-68. So, yeah, you just get hot at the right time. Dodge City 6-10 in league play, not 9-13 overall. Wyatt Thompson, the call. I'm sure that you predicted that win in Ames by 19 points. Woo! 80-61. Wyatt Thompson, the call. Coleman Hawkins nailed a three-pointer. That gave the Cats a 14-point lead, 73-59. Doug McDaniel scored 20 points to lead 5 K-State players in double figures. I don't know if you could hear him talking about that. Well, Mike Carson and those guys, they don't give us any, they don't have any confidence in us, but, we just keep playing hard. How about that? They end a 29-game home court winning streak by Iowa State.
Trying to figure out what has happened. Obviously, they weren't that good. Beat number 23 West Virginia, destroyed Oklahoma State, and to go into that house and win by that score, it's one thing.
The third-ranked team in the country?
Yeah. So it's one thing to beat them, but they...
So what's happened? Did they tell Hawkins, hey, you didn't read your contract that we had. Your funding ends with another loss.
And the coaches always say, we figured it out, but it's become coach speak and you don't believe it, but maybe they actually...
Well, when you get 12 new guys every year to come in, it takes a while to figure it out.
Learning curve.
Well, KU's got some guys back. The call on the Baylor Bears network on Learfield. Georgiano Mir scoring on a driving layup. That closed out the Bears' 81-71 win over KU. KU had a 21-point halftime lead. It was the largest blown halftime lead in the program history, topping the 20-point lead KU blew to Arizona back in 2003. Baylor scored 60 points in the second half.
James Naismith only gave up an 18-pointer. No, and I think you never know which quotes are true, but I believe it is all online. Christian Braun says, put the guys on the floor who value the Kansas on their chest. So that could be another case of everybody's just a little above their importance level.
So tonight it's going to be the battle of the hurt feelings at Allen Fieldhouse as KU will take on Iowa State in Big Monday. We'll have that game for you on B104. I'm on Hits 106.9 starting at 7:30. Tip-off at 8. Look at K-State, 4-6 in league play now. They're 10-11 overall. I don't know if they run the table.
Do they have to win the Big 18?
How's that tournament work? I don't even. Is this going to be one of those they start playing on Monday? If you don't, I don't know how you'd win that tournament if you've got to win 5 games in back-to-back days to win the conference tournament.
I think it's going to start in February.
Yeah,
so they don't have to do that.
All right, KU and K-State played yesterday in women's basketball. K-State won in Lawrence, 91-64. 9 3-pointers. Terrence Sides had 14 points, teamed with Jalen Glenn for 9 of those threes. They may have had more. Those two just had 9 3-pointers between them. And our last cut, Peyton Manning saying, yeah, maybe the head coach of the flag football AFC team does suck. He's now 0-3 against Eli Manning. They lost the flag football game 56-50, and then lost the other events that were part of the Pro Bowl games. So we did talk about football today. There was football yesterday.
I don't know why he just
You were
doesn't.
watching the Grammys, so you didn't see it. Is that what was on last night?
That was what the real stuff. Yeah, I was watching the real stuff. I don't know why he just doesn't embrace his alter ego, Peyton. And then Peyton can be, I don't have a record. It's all Peyton's fault.
So there you go. Sounds of the weekend here on the Monday edition of Sports Day. Our show brought to you by the Animal Medical Center in Great Bend. Large or small, they take care of them all. The American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, where they feature number 2 Clear Diesel, bulk fuel, E10, fuel delivery, all your lubricants and fuel supplies, and by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. It's Sports Day. Jim Mazunas is in the house.
Did you get your headphones, Jimmo?
Okay, that's my phone, by the way. I just do you know a guy named Potential Spam?
He calls a lot.
He calls a lot. Sports Day, roll it on right after this.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Step into the spotlight with Barton Community College's theater program. Whether you dream of performing on stage or creating magic behind the scenes, Barton offers hands-on training, expert guidance, and creative performance opportunities. With top-tier facilities and a supportive community, you'll develop the skills to shine. Turn your passion into a career and start your journey to the stage at Barton. Learn more at theater.bartoncccc.edu.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
He's passionate about his high school sports and his trendy sports apparel. Sports Day presents the Great Bend Tribune's Jim Masunas.
Welcome back, Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB, brought to you by Great Bend Rec Commission, dedicated to improving our community and the lives of their individuals. Equity Bank, here when you need them. Bank local, save big with in-person banking and business banking. Visit equitybank.com. And C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange signs south of 10th and Harrison. Jim Mazunas is in with us. So what in the Wildcat is going on in Manhattan? Did you have that one called, Jimbo?
Yeah, I think that would have been beyond the realm of possibility.
But they always seem to play well up there. I mean, they're always in games.
Yeah, they're always in games. Yeah, they seem to. I think part of it is you think of it as the atmosphere. Iowa State's atmosphere. It's a fun atmosphere up there if you're a road team. I mean, the crowd's engaged and so on. So
it's not like being Saturday night in Lubbock.
No,
where, those people are just
they're nasty.
Nasty,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll say things about your grandma, let alone your mom.
Oh, I heard them say things to K-State women's basketball players that they should have been. That was a Rule 52 violation for sure.
Yeah,
down there. But it's
biggest road win since 1977 against a ranked team, and the first time ever where a team's been under 500 that beat a top 5 team First time ever since an under 500 team beat a team by that margin,
much.
That margin, yeah. And then, of course, on the other flip of the coin, Kansas is setting records every week, too.
Biggest halftime meltdown in KU basketball history.
When you set a record for Kansas in that respect, it's pretty remarkable. Which one was worse, the 6-point lead shooting 2 free throws or that one?
Probably this the 6-point lead.
Yeah, because there's still 20 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, that's happened before.
That's happened. It has happened. It just had never happened at Kansas. But yeah, the 6-point lead with shooting 2 free throws is probably worse. But yeah, the Big 12, the top 2 winning streaks, home court winning streaks in the country were Houston and Iowa State. And they both ended up losing.
Yes. Houston goes down to Texas Tech at home.
Yeah, without their coach
overtime.
and without their top player.
So KU and K-State play Saturday in Manhattan. After KU plays tonight in the we don't feel very good about ourselves game with Iowa State.
Yeah. Well, isn't that wild that, Iowa State is basically a 3/4 court shot away from being in first place or, just being a game out.
And now they're 7-3. They're down there in the glog of everybody else.
Now
down
they've
there.
lost 2 in a row. I mean, it took a miracle shot by Arizona to extend that game, and then they end up losing in overtime.
It's a long season.
It is a long season, and it's amazing how a play or a game can just turn. It can go the other way real quick.
Great Bend beats Hayes High 64-52. I will go out on a limb and say they clinched at least a share of the WAC title with that win. Now, they lost by 1 point at Garden City last year. Liberal, no. And then you've got Dodge City twice. So it's going to come down to that February game, the last game of the season, maybe the last game ever between Great Bend and Hayes High in that little box gym up there.
They got a new gym coming up?
Oh, yeah. New school.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's going to be fun. What's the odds of Hayes ending up being an 8-9 seed?
It's already destined, Jim.
Yeah.
You know it is. It's already destined.
I know they'll be somewhere in the middle. It's like, they'll be an 8-9 seed.
It'll be an 8-9 seed.
Yeah, and they'll be playing.
So then they'll be playing. But this time it won't be in Hayes. It'll be in Great Bend this time.
Now, you've seen a lot more games, and they've won a couple state titles, but that has to rank with one of the best home crowds I've ever seen. It's the best home crowd I've seen at Great Bend.
I know that a lot of people have said, going back to their back-to-back state championships, that, when Langer was coaching, and they said, there were crowds like that, but as far I had a lot of people said that's most people I've seen in there for a basketball game.
Yeah, Hayes usually doesn't bring their football team chanting 1914 up in the upper deck. So,
how many rule violations of Rule 52 were there on? I think it was just it was okay. Everything's off tonight.
Yeah, there are no rules. Yeah, the best comment was by Coach Kyle in postgame. He says, "Yeah, it's just amazing how the calls go this way and that way, and even if you choke a guy and strangle him and throw him to the court, the technical goes against us." It was just a clever comment by Kyle.
But Hayes High is always the choir boys,
Oh, no doubt.
They're not doing, but they're out there competing just as hard and scrapping just like everybody else. But no. That's heck of a basketball game, though.
Yeah, that's what makes that rivalry so amazing. I mean, look at the girls' game. I mean, what are the odds that Great Bend comes out 4 for 5 and leads 9-2 after 4 minutes?
Wasn't that so much fun?
It was just like, I mean, you couldn't believe what you were seeing. And then they got outscored 34-1. But, it still was remarkable. And it shows that
they're improving.
Potential is there.
They're improving.
And for spells of the game, they can certainly compete. So, yeah, it was nice to see. And a couple girls, Macaulay was 4 for 4. It's amazing that, okay, you're hot. She shot the ball 5 times. It's just amazing how that happens sometimes.
Well, Hayes High's got a pretty good shutdown defender every time she was in the game, and Riley Dreher is their shutdown defender.
Well, what's amazing is Alyssa Macaulay never forced it. She shot the ball 5 times because she got 5 open looks. She made 4 of them. So that's discipline on her part. She wasn't forcing the game at all, which is excellent coaching and excellent decision-making on Alyssa Macaulay's part. So,
okay, so I've never seen a college football coach leave the gym while his assistant's high-fiving the student section for Great Bend High School the way they were.
Yeah, that was certainly remarkable. And we were tossing this idea up. Ian Priemer, the best basketball player since, and I'm sure the record book would show some people and some outstanding basketball players.
Well, they don't go 10 deep, top 10 score. Anthony Gulliford is the all-time single game scorer with 43.
Wow, that's a tremendous game, 43.
But I don't know if Anthony was the best high school basketball player in Great Bend. I know the Wells boys were good. Those were some good teams. You went back-to-back state championships.
Yeah, that speaks for itself.
And Dean Wade's the best high school basketball player I've ever seen.
Yeah, Dean would certainly he'd certainly rank up there. I saw Danny Manning play one game at the state tournament, the 6A. So I mean that's almost
okay.
That's
But
almost
I mean
cheating.
ones that I saw.
Yeah, on a regular basis.
On a regular basis.
My two favorite plays with Ian this year have been when a young Hayes man decided to take a charge, and you literally could hear him hit the floor Friday night, and then an Andover player decided to make that same decision a couple weeks ago, and his fate was similar. It's just amazing. It's like,
well, if you stand there in front of that,
you're gonna take a shot. What's remarkable is Priemer's timing on offensive rebounding. How does he do that? How does he time that? And,
quick jumper.
Yeah, he's a quick jumper, and he has a sense of where that ball's going because Great Bend didn't shoot the ball very well at all first half, but they got second chance points that kept them close. And then, of course, the three-point shooting worked out. But, Hayes had a great game plan. Pack it all in, give them the three-point shot. And eventually, you got to make a couple because you can't just keep pounding it inside with Ian getting double and triple coverage.
Yeah, give Dax Minton.
Oh, yeah.
In the first half, they were they knew they were open and said, well, should I take it?
No, they were
going to
thinking
miss
too
that
much.
shot. Yeah, they just got up there and do it. Now, okay, going forward, the two things that possibly Hayes High's got it. I mean, Dryland's a good coach. They'll try to slow you down.
Slow down. Yep.
And you can, and when you go man, I think Great Bend's man defense has been very good. In fact, they're on pace for a school record of field goal percentage defense in one season. No one's been over 40%. You've got to go back to the Haven game.
They're playing without literally their best defender, Cooper Omont.
Yes.
Which makes it even more remarkable.
But when Cooper's not in there, I don't think their 1-3-1 defense is as effective. And that's the defense they can get steals and layups at the other end.
Yeah.
So and the free throws, it's either been there or it hasn't been, kind of another struggle night. But if you're making 66% of your 2-point shots, see how many 2-point shots you can get.
No, that formula's worked really well. And sometimes, again, as a coach, you don't want to shoot 25, 30. There was a team that shot 45 three-pointers last Friday. I don't remember who it was, but they were 10 of 45. But you get in. If they're giving it, you get, and you can't hesitate. You just got to, okay, I'm open. I'm going to pop it up there. So, they made enough of them.
Okay, other high school basketball from Friday. Anything stand out for you?
Well, the story of the weekend was the story of Big E. Have you heard of Big E?
Big E.
Big E. It's Easton Alpers at St. John. So
is he made two?
No, he's a freshman. He's
okay.
His brother's 6'1". Easton's only 5'9". So Ian usually plays JV ball. So in the varsity game I was watching Thursday night against La Crosse, it was right before halftime, and St. John was up 20. So it was right before halftime. There's 5 seconds left. They inbound the ball to this little shrimpy little guy, and he makes a half-court shot. He said, man, that was a great shot. I wonder who that was. Oh, it was number 4. It was Easton Alpers. Oh, yeah, his brother plays on varsity. So varsity game, St. John's up 26-7, 5 seconds left in the half. Guess what Coach Danton Hilton does? He checks his three-point shooter.
His half-court shooter.
Guess what he did? He made it again. 2 half-court shots in one night. 2 half-court shots. So anyway,
Easton Alpers.
Yeah. Anyway, so I asked Easton. I said, "Well, what's your nickname?" He said, "Well, they call me Big E. I'm not sure where that comes from, but now they're calling me Half-Court Easton." So there's a story in the Great Bend Tribune that'll be published tomorrow. It's online already. 2 half-court plus shots, 1 to win the game, and Coach Hilton is playing without his point guard, who's out for the year, Quade Smith, and now Alpers, his older brother, he's got a foot injury. So he playing without 2 of his best players, and they're still playing very, very well. So congratulations to Coach Hilton and what he's doing down there at St. John.
Here we are, man, February 3rd. Well, it would be logical to say it's the fastest
month of the year.
There's not as many days, right? But once you get into this part of the season, the weeks you go Tuesday, Friday, Great Bend's off. But I mean, we have regional wrestling coming up very soon. So.
Yeah, and you start looking at the basketball sub-states. Like I said, Great Bend has, I believe, a 2-game edge already in the West, so they're in good position. They're not going to drop below 4, so they'll be home site for postseason, which is a good place to start. And then, of course, the Central Prairie League teams, Central Plains boys and girls are both competitive. Maxville boys. You start looking at those matchups and see how they're sorted out.
But Heston that's going to be an interesting week.
Yeah.
You've got Heston coming in, and then you've got the game against Hayes. Those are the two.
Oh,
games
yeah.
on
Heston
the schedule
is
right now. And
a very competitive team.
Well, you can be the number 1 seed in 5A West, and you finished 3rd in the CKL?
Yeah, you lose to Heston.
You lose to Heston and Haven.
Yeah. Great Bend is they're way ahead of where they were, and that's what you like to see in a team is you see subtle improvements, and their offense for Great Bend boys is just so precise. Man, that 2-point shooting is just amazing. Like you said, they're shooting 60+% virtually every game to 2-pointers. So yeah, it's been fun to see.
Okay, it's good seeing you out there Friday night, sharing the media row with Jim Mazunas, man. It never gets any better than that, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was certainly, man. It was, and then Friday night will be homecoming, and last Friday Owen Kaiser got recognized.
That was a really cool ceremony.
Yeah, it's neat.
It really neat.
Anytime, and I think Great Bend's chances next year of getting a Shrine Bowl player is pretty decent.
You think?
Yeah, they'll have multiple players. There's a player named Kern. I wouldn't want to tell Trenton Kern he didn't get an invite to the Shrine Bowl. I wouldn't want to do that.
No, they'll probably I got you there. All right, Jim, thanks a lot. Jim Mazunas joining us here on Sports Day, and looking forward to that on the Big E. Was that Ethan Alpers from St. John?
Yeah, Ethan Alpers.
Half court Ethan. Our show today brought to you by Eller Automotive Repair. They specialize in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. We're going to talk wrestling, Barton Wrestling, with Nathan Brockelman. He's up next on Sports Day.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmy's, make it happen.
Dr. Nels here, Animal Medical Center, and today we want to give a shout out to all the supporting cast at these basketball games. We have some great young men and young women on the court, but we also have some great young men and women playing their instruments, cheering, dancing, all those things. Let's clap for them. When they perform and get done, let's show them a round of applause, show them some love as well, because they deserve it. Dr. Nels here, Animal Medical Center, large or small, we take care of them all.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs, it's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Also brought to you in part by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country. Nathan Brockelman in to talk Barton wrestling right now. Busy week last week, and with trip to Colby, and you couldn't go further directions one way or the other, right? In Colby, and then you head to Miami, Oklahoma. So over the weekend, let's talk about the duels. Got a dual victory out in Colby last Thursday as you picked up a win over Colby, 27-24, and then dropped a tight one to number 13 Labette, 33-21. Let's talk about that match victory, 27-24. How'd it go?
It went pretty well. We wrestled tough. We lost a tight one at 125. I think it was like an 8-6 or something like that, and almost had a takedown right at the end of the at the end of the match to win the duel. So they kind of, had some momentum going early. At 133, unfortunately, our AJ Almanza kind of got dumped on his head a little bit and got pinned, and we had to make a trip to the hospital with him, but he's doing good. Just ended up having a concussion, but it made for a late night because we had to wait for him to be released, to head back home. But the guys pulled together after that. Skylar McMullen came up big. He was actually down in the match, 8-2 maybe or something like that. Tied, or I think it was actually 8-1 maybe, and we took the lead. And then we gave up a reversal, and then we got another reversal with about 10 seconds left and picked up a fall. So that was probably the changing moment of the duel was, we got some momentum going our way. Instead of giving up a 10-8 decision, giving them 3 team points, Skylar picked up a fall for us, which gave us 6 team points, which, when you look at the final duel score, we won by 3. So really, that was probably a big key moment for us there. And Mater came out and picked up another fall and kind of got the ball rolling, and Kane Blake got his first conference win for us at 57, and we just kind of battled. We almost picked up a big win at 65. I think we lost by 1 in that match. We were winning most of the match, got taken down late. 74s and 84s. 74 picked up a fall, or 84, and unfortunately we were open at 97, so we gave them 6. And then it came down to heavyweight, and our heavyweight came through and pulled through. Nate's very talented, and he pinned him in the duel the last time, which made us lose by 1, and he was able to pin him again this time, which pulled us ultimately to victory. Heading into the last match being down by 3, we just needed a win to hopefully tie it up and see what the tiebreakers did. But Nate didn't matter. We got the fall and won the duel, so it felt good to get another win on the season. And the kids were excited. So,
good match against the 13th ranked team in the country with Labette.
Yeah, every time we dueled Labette, we got closer and closer. I think the first time we dueled them early in the year, it was like 50-6 or something like that. And then at the national duels, it was like 43-12. And then, this time it was even a little bit closer. They did have an injury in the duel, so they forfeited to us at 165. But that's just kind of how duels go. Sometimes you have to give up some points. And, unfortunately, we weren't able to capitalize on taking that forfeit. I mean, we got the 16 points, but pulled us the duel closer. But, if we could have picked up a win somewhere else, we, maybe even could have upset them. So
5 wrestlers got 1 victory each in the 2 duels, and then Jarrett Mater undefeated, and Nathan. Pronounce his last name for me.
It's Agugiato.
Agugiato.
Yep, the DZI makes a G sound.
Okay. So they both went 2-0, so it was nice. So tell me about kind of what took 5 wrestlers to Miami then over the weekend.
We actually took 8 total.
Okay.
2 of them wrestled unattached.
Okay, all right.
Miami was rough. We only picked up 1 victory while we were down there, and that was Nathan picking up a fall. Part of the reason why he wanted to go was he's like 6 pins away, I think, from the program record for falls in a season. He's hoping to pick up some pins, and we matched up with like the number 5 in the nation JUCO guy second round, so that kind of derailed a little bit on the front side. And then on the back side, wrestled a kid that beat us early in the year, tweaked our ankle a little bit, so we'll hopefully he'll be okay for tomorrow night. If not, we'll go with Buchanan at least for the duels tomorrow night. And other than that, it's not that we necessarily wrestled bad. We had guys that were winning matches and then got pinned late, or a couple of our guys wrestled the guy that won the bracket first round. So that's just kind of how it goes with Open. Sometimes you don't really get to choose where you're going to be put, but you still got to go out there and battle.
Okay, tomorrow you head back to Northwest Kansas, a little bit past Colby. You hit Goodland to take on Fort Hays Tech Northwest and Cloud. What are the prospects for tomorrow night?
They're going to be tough duels. I think Fort Hays Tech Northwest is like number 5 right now in the nation, and I think Cloud's number 22. So I do know that Neosho beat Cloud, and Colby and Cloud were both pretty tight duels too. So hopefully we can at least pull one over on Cloud. The Fort Hays Tech one's going to be a battle. I know they're pretty tough top to bottom, and they're going to be their sophomore night, so they're going to be probably wrestling all their sophomores and all their starters. So we're just going to go out there and give it our all. See who we have in the lineup. We got some sickness kind of going through the program right now, which happens at this time of the year. Yeah. But we're not going to use that as an excuse. We're still going to go out there and do our best and battle what we can.
Okay, and then kind of take you past this, and then what are we looking at here as we head down the stretch?
So after this, all we have left is our regional qualifier, which is in Pratt on the 15th. So we got like 10 days before we head down to Pratt to see how many guys we can qualify. And it's looking like the top 7 in each bracket will qualify, depending on what all the entries are from all the other teams, because it's a percentage of how many entries are in the tournament on how many qualify. But it's looking like if everyone's full, it'll be the top 7, and then as coaches, we'll get to choose probably 7 wild cards. So the hope is that every team brings a full lineup, just because it gives us more national tournament bids. But I think top 7 for sure should go.
So let's talk about the program overall and what the season's been like, and talk about the improvement, where you've seen it this year, and as you're trying to build this program into, what we're seeing other ranked teams in Region 6 right now.
Yeah, so we're taking big steps. A year ago, the only duel win we had was against Colby, and it was the last duel of the year. And here we're sitting here going into our last set of duels, and we got 3 wins. We do have 13 losses, but 2 more wins better than last year, and hoping to pick up another 1 or 2 tomorrow night. And we got guys competing. We got a couple guys that are flirting with the 500 record, and a couple of winning records on the team. And I think last year, at the end of the year, we had 1 person that had a winning record. Even our national qualifier last year didn't even have a winning record last year. So, guys are improving. Got some guys getting looked at by some 4-year schools that maybe want to go on. And I'm a big stats guy, and we have some program records as far as like teams things go, like escapes and reversals and takedowns that we're getting close to, having the most of those ever in program history as a whole team. So overall getting better. And, as soon as the national tournament is over, we start looking to see what we're going to do next year. So.
Okay. Well,
we're not even. We're already looking. Obviously, we're already looking to see what next year's going to bring.
I was going to say, I imagine it's pretty busy.
It really picks
right
up
now,
after that.
So, how do the regional? That's a regional down in Pratt. Is that what the?
Yeah,
it's
we're
qualifier.
Yeah, it's a some people call it a district qualifier. Some call it a regional qualifier. It's the South. I think the official tournament name's the South Central District Region Number 7 qualifier, or something like that. Something along those lines. It's some big long name, but I just kind of stick to the national qualifier. So,
how's that fall into regional and state wrestling?
So it's the same time as women's wrestling, which with not having a women's program at Barton yet, it works out fine. A lot of other regional tournament for college are during boys region, so I'll have that weekend to go watch some regional high school wrestling, and then we'll have the state wrestling weekend off, and then our national tournament's the weekend after state wrestling. So have some time to go kind of watch some of these guys that I've been talking to and wish them well, and hopefully maybe seal up some deals on some of them, and then right into kids federation.
Yep.
Some of our guys will volunteer and go work the kids state tournament, and I'll be down at the kids state tournament for recruiting and for our own program here at Great Bend, and hopefully we get some guys. I won't be at the district tournament for kids club because I'll be at nationals. Hopefully, that's the plan anyways, and I'm excited to see how those little guys do to get to the kids state tournament. It's always fun watching them hit some goals too.
When's nationals, or where's nationals?
It's in Council Bluffs, Iowa. It's March 7th and 8th.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Nathan. We'll talk to you next Monday.
I appreciate it.
Okay, Nathan Brockelman in to talk Barton Wrestling here on Sports Day. We'll talk Barton women's basketball with head coach Alan Clark right after this.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
Extend the life of your equipment with the best warranty program and risk management tool in the agriculture industry. The Cenex Total Protection Plan covers new and used equipment. Receive up to 10 years or 10,000 hours of engine coverage when you use Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster premium diesel fuel and synthetic lubricants. With no deductible, the Cenex Total Protection Plan provides unmatched coverage to give you the power you need to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor, today.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Welcome back. Sports Day today also brought to you by Freedom Claims Management. Innovative healthcare plans for your business. Let them take care of everything for you from start to finish. And continued support, they have you covered. And Equity Bank, adding value for their customers and communities. Equity Bank in Great Bend, Hoisington, and Larned. I have been dreading this all day, Alan Clark.
Why?
I was not a good fan.
Of?
I got home, pulled in my driveway.
Oh, you quit listening?
And I turned it off. I turned it off.
Oh. One of those.
Well, it was Cole's fault because Cole had kind of I've heard him announce enough games to know that it wasn't looking good.
No, it was not.
Congratulations! What a great win on Saturday.
Well, I don't know how it happened, but it did, and that's all that matters. And so.
And you brought the person that helped you get to overtime and helped win the ball game, Elena Eck. Welcome in today.
Thank you.
So tell me about the shot that got it into overtime and how it came about and how it felt, and just tell me about the last part of regulation there.
There was I think 11 seconds left, and we've practiced this 3-point play and practiced before the coach drew up, so we knew how to run it and everything, and then I just shot it, and it barely went in, but it went in.
No, there's no barely in 3-point shots. So, all right, so you obviously stayed there. You didn't turn the radio off, right? It was 55-48, and it had been a struggle all day long. But, man, to get that win, how satisfying was that?
Yeah, it felt good. It definitely, I think there's 50 seconds left, and we were down pretty good. You probably would have thought we would have given up, but we just kept pushing, kept playing good defense, and slowly getting baskets, and we came back.
How do you refocus once all right, we got this thing, now we've got to go out and we've got to win this thing in overtime, and you immediately went out and got kind of a little bit of a cushion there.
Yeah, I feel like after we pushed it to overtime, we definitely kind of had some momentum again. We built up a lot of momentum, so we were ready to go into the overtime, and we came out strong.
See, if I would have left my radio on in the overtime period, but it got a little bit interesting.
Yeah, the overtime too. Yeah. At the end of overtime was very interesting too. But earlier, I talked to Elaine about the 3-point shot was obviously huge to tie the game.
Yeah.
But even more than that, I felt like we got a steal. We were down 5. And we got a steal at midcourt. Lena and Vivian kind of double-teamed the kid at midcourt. Lena got a steal, went down and scored it. That actually cut it to 1, I think, because then they made 2 free throws after that. We were down 3 on that possession, and so that gave us a lot of momentum. But I think Elena scored the last 9 points of the game, and we scored 29 in the fourth quarter after scoring 30 in the whole game. The first 3 quarters we scored 30, and we scored 29 and in the fourth quarter, and then the overtime was, we controlled the tip, and we felt like we could control the tip. We needed to go score and play with the lead, and then play more relaxed at that point, getting the lead, and I think we we built it to 4, and then we had an unfortunate turnover there, but at least they didn't. They didn't score at least.
They did not score. Did not score. How was that locker room after that game was over with, Elena?
It was exciting. I think we were kind of shocked, honestly, because we're like, how did we win that? But we were excited. We were excited.
Okay, so tell me about the confidence level of this team compared to when you're getting ready to go home after the first semester headed home for Christmas? The confidence level that you have right now.
Yeah, our first semester was definitely rough. We're a young team, so there's a lot of learning to go through. It's college ball, so it's a whole different ball game, and we just weren't ready for that. And then when we came back from break, we kind of locked down, focused. We played to the scouting report more, and the chemistry is better, and it's just more exciting and way more fun to play whenever you're winning.
What was your biggest adjustment coming from high school to playing in the Jayhawk Conference?
I would say the speed and the physicality of the game is definitely way different than 1A basketball, and just being more smart. Like, you always have to be focused too, because everybody's a good basketball player. You can't ever slack off or anything, so you have to play hard the whole 40 minutes.
Okay, so just recall your high school career. How many games did you lose?
Not very many.
Okay. It wasn't 11. So, Alan, talk about, I mean, you've got it back to the 500 mark overall. And, of course, that was a huge win because you couldn't even move up. But you dug yourself a big hole. You can lose teams during that time. I mean, you see a lot of teams just head, okay, well, this isn't our year, I guess.
Yeah, and we played a really tough schedule early. Even the non-conference schedule. Well, we played a couple JVs, but playing New Mexico and playing Odessa, and then starting the conference season with Hutch, and then going on the road to Garden City, on the road to Cloud, on the road to Butler, on the road to Seward. It was just like, gosh, couldn't have been any tougher, really. So just looking forward and saying, okay, if we can stay above water here and get to the second half of the season where we got those same teams at home, and the teams that we're having to go on the road to play are still teams that those games, winnable games. So we've got ourselves back into position now that if we can continue to play well and play together and get a couple more wins, then we'll be in position to get ourselves moved up into the top 5 or 6, and then get a home court for the first round and see what happens after that.
Okay, at home on Wednesday, Landon, taking on Butler. What do you remember about that first matchup with the Grizzlies on the road?
I remember our first half was decent. We stayed up there. We were still behind, but they pressed us, so too many turnovers, and we just didn't hold on to that the second half.
How anxious are you to get them on your home court this time?
Very excited. It's different when you play at home, and I think we're ready, and it'll be good.
Okay, this Butler team comes in here tomorrow. How much different are they from maybe when you played them the first time, Alan?
Yeah, I don't know. They're maybe a little bit different, but they shot the ball really well early in the year. And the Butler teams in the past have not been great shooting teams, especially from the perimeter. But this year, Mike had made a conscious effort going out and getting some more shooters and being able to shoot the ball from the perimeter, and they shot it well early. Haven't shot it quite as well lately, but you never know, and it seems like everybody shoots the ball well against us. Now, Cali didn't in the first half against us, but obviously did in the second half. But we got to guard them. We'll have a defensive game plan that we got to put together and be ready for Wednesday. I'm more concerned. Our biggest thing is we just got to take better care of the ball. If we can limit our turnovers, because we shoot the ball decent. We got to hopefully shoot the ball better from 3 than we did earlier. But if we can take care of the ball and give ourselves some opportunities to score, that'll be a big thing for us.
Brittany continues to shoot it well.
Yeah,
in fact, multiple threes in that game. So
when talking about what Elena did in the fourth quarter, scoring the last 9, Brittany actually went 3 for 3 from the 3-point line in the fourth quarter as well. And so if we don't have that from her, those 9 points from her, then we don't have that opportunity to come back like we did. Hers were earlier in the quarter, to where we were down 9, we'd cut it to 6. They would hit a basket. Yeah. She would come back and hit a 3, and at least she kept us in it by making those shots instead of being down 10 or 12. We were down 7 or 8.
Okay, Elaine, you were a really, really good volleyball player too. So how did you decide whether volleyball, basketball, which one?
I really liked both, especially in high school. I really liked volleyball because we were really successful. But I just decided to play basketball because I liked the competitiveness in it, and I just really enjoyed basketball.
Talk about the decision to continue that basketball career at Barton.
I've always known Alan since I was like a freshman, so I've been around Barton a lot, and
you've been around a lot of Clarks
and Rolfs. Yeah, a lot of Rolfs and Clarks.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'm sorry, but that's okay. No, you got the best one here. But,
yes.
So no regrets right now, huh?
No, I'm happy with my decision, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Is she like an assistant recruiting coordinator? I mean, I think she.
Yeah, we're going to have her do that before long. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, she was at 5'5", won a volleyball player of the year at 5'5", and that's from and she could have gone to a high level, and at college level for volleyball she'd had to probably play the back row or something, but she could have played at a really high level if she'd wanted to do that as well.
Okay, just your feelings right now going into this game tomorrow, Alan. What are you thinking?
Big game. It's one that hopefully we can find a way to win. Don't think it's going to be one where we're probably going to blow Butler out, or hopefully, obviously, they're not going to blow us out either. Hopefully, it's a game that we can maintain our focus for 40 minutes and pull out a win, just like we did at Cali. No, not just like we did. Take that back. Not like that, but you know what I mean.
Guys, thanks for coming in today. Thanks, luck, and
thank you.
Nice to have someone from Little River in the studios. Okay, very good. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back to wrap up the show right after.
Take your passion for creating magic behind the curtain to new levels with Barton Community College's Technical Theater program. This new program is designed for students to learn how to create breathtaking light shows, run a state-of-the-art soundboard, and build captivating sets. Unleash your creativity and earn an associate's degree to build the skills you need for a career in theater. Now enrolling for the fall semester. Learn more at techtheater.bartoncccc.edu.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Wrapping up Sports Day today with some more headlines for you. Another award over the weekend for Great Bend's Randy Wetzel. Inducted into the Kansas Baseball Hall of Fame for his 35 years of work as an NCAA Division I baseball umpire, although Randy, of course, was a great football official. And he got to participate in the 2011 College World Series. And that's where he met President George W. Bush, who threw out the ceremonial first pitch in that game. More than 120 Big 8, Big 12 tournament games before retiring in 2014. In 2018, he was elected to the Kansas Collegiate Officials Hall of Fame. He retired from education in 2021. Congratulations. More good stuff for Randy Wetzel. And Barton softball, they got their season underway. Yeah, here we go. February's underway. It's time for softball and baseball, right? So the Lady Cougars went to Crowder, Missouri, in Neosho, Missouri. They lost their first game of the year, 18-4. Well, okay, no problem. They came back and beat Crowder the second game by the score of 11-4. Barton baseball team, they'll start their season this weekend. They'll take their annual trip to Oklahoma for a 3-game series with Rose State College. So Barton baseball and softball is underway as we continue to get closer to spring every day. We're back tomorrow on the show. Join us then.